Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who I have dubbed the Duke of Cucks and the Duchess of Thoughts, Meghan Markle being the Duchess of Thoughts, they have decided to sue the Daily Mail or the Mail on Sunday. This is a British newspaper or British tabloid, whatever you want to call it. British tabloids are actually a lot different than tabloids in the United States. They take their stories based on what people have said, fairly reputable people. They may not be as reputable as sources that are taken from BBC or the Times or those sorts of people. But I would say tabloids in the United Kingdom are similar to American television 24-hour news stations like CNN and Fox and NBC and all those people. They get their information from sources who will tell them things, and the sources are reputable enough, so they are pretty serious outlets. The Mail, the Sun, the Guardian, these are very respected news sources, even though they have the name tabloid in them. They're not like American or even Canadian tabloids where they just make up wild stories about celebrities. Something like Barack Hussein Obama, his secret love child or something like that. Michelle Furious. We all know that's fake. But, at this day and age, we don't know. Maybe it might not be such a fake thing, but we'll continue on with this story. They have sued the Mail because of a letter that the Mail published a few months ago, and they didn't specifically say which letter they're referring to, but many are saying that this is the letter they published in regards to Meghan Markle and her father, Thomas Markle, the one she wrote to him basically telling him to go to hell. Shut up. I don't care if you're hurting. I don't care if you've never seen your grandson. I'm not going to speak to you. Yeah, you gave me all the opportunities that I have now. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be married to any Prince Harry. There would be no Prince Harry. There would be no Archie. There would be no Buckingham Palace. There would be no Suits. There would be no acting. There would be none of that stuff if it wasn't for you. But I don't care. I'm done with you. You're fat. You've got a beard. You are ugly. Go to hell. You were almost naked in the tabloids or something like that. I don't care about you. Just hurry up and die of a heart attack. That's not what she said, but I'm sure that's what she was probably thinking. And the Mail exposed this letter. It was written much more politely than what I would have said, but of course I know that that's what's going on in her head. I've told you that I don't like Meghan Markle. She's a thought in my eyes. Her husband is a cuck. And she creates havoc in every family she is a part of. Now, I'm not saying that I have any sympathy for the royal family. I think they're a bunch of lizard people. I think they're wicked and evil. I think they are at the heart of a lot of globalist conspiracies. I think they're trying to assassinate Boris Johnson. I think they're probably trying to do that with these Remainer people, and I think they've got a lot to answer for with all this child pedophilia, all this fart foolishness with Jeffrey Epstein and Jimmy Savile and the Indian children and all that sort of stuff. Prince Andrew, they're a wicked family, so God is punishing them with Jezebel herself, Meghan Markle. And now they're trying, the heat is on now. They could even try to come after me. If you hear about some suicide or some car crash, it's them. I don't kill myself. I've never wanted to kill myself. It's them, 100%. If you hear about a car accident, I've been driving for a long time now. I've never had one car accident. I don't speed. I don't drive drunk. I always wear my seatbelt, unlike some. And even if I were to get into a certain kind of accident, I would survive. You just make sure you do thorough research. If you hear that suddenly the commander-in-chief of Arana Nation has died tragically, and in a press release, Prince Harry says, quote, "I lost my mother, and now I watch my wife falling victim to the same powerful forces," unquote. He's referring to the media and the press and how they hounded Diana and all that stuff. Well, here's the thing. There's a big, mighty difference between, first of all, let me talk about the Mail. So, Prince Harry wants to sue the Mail for publishing this letter. First of all, if the Duchess of Thought sends a letter to someone, and I think that's the letter that they're referring to, if she writes a letter to her father, and I think the father sent it to the Mail, and I think he has every right to do that, and I support him for doing that. That's his letter. That's his property. So he can send it to whoever he wants to send it to. If he wants to send it to Al Capone, if he wants to send it to Osama bin Laden, if he wants to send it to Jack the Ripper, he can send it to anybody. He wants to send it to Arana Nation, he's more than welcome to do so. He can send that letter to anyone. It's in his mailbox. It's his letter. So I'm sure he gave that letter to Daily Mail, and they've decided to publish it. Now, he says that they edited certain things to make it look worse than it is. Well, the Mail says they didn't do it, but even if they did do it, the thing is that it was written there in the first place. If she didn't want it, if she didn't want that thing to be edited, she shouldn't have written it. She shouldn't have written it. It's what's in her head. It's what's in her soul. He's complaining that they published it in a way that makes the letter look worse than it is. Well, you can edit it 100 different times if you want to, but it was still written. So even if you put the whole thing there, the things that were still written are still there. You're married to a wicked person. And I applaud the Mail for exposing how Meghan treats the person who gave her the opportunity she has today. They're exposing her ungratefulness. They're exposing her wickedness. They're exposing her bratty, snotty, thoughty behavior. They're exposing it. And I pray for Daily Mail. I'm praying for them. And God is with them. I'm saying God is with them. God is with them because God don't like ugly. Meghan is ugly. And that's why I'm presenting what I'm presenting. And I know some of you guys don't like what I've got to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because I'm exposing wickedness as well. I'm exposing wickedness. Yeah, I am. Oh, no, yeah, I am. Now, the Duke of Cox says that he's trying to compare Diana's experience to Meghan's experience. Well, first of all, when Diana died, she wasn't a member of the royal family. She didn't have any protection, okay? Now, I don't know, is Prince Harry trying to send off subliminal messages? Is he saying that there's a divorce coming up? So, be prepared because I'm getting ready to dump this girl and I can't stand her anymore, but don't kill her. Don't do any of that. Don't kill her. Don't kill her. She's going to be on her own. I don't know. But Meghan didn't have Scotland's Yard and all these different redcoats and all these people protecting her like they do with the royal family. She didn't have that because when you're not a member of the royal family, a lot of that disappears. It does. I don't know, maybe some of it stays, most of it goes. Meghan is a member of the royal family. She's got securities galore. She got Scotland Yard. She got redcoats. She's got bobbies. She's got Pinkerton. I don't know what she has, It's MI6, MI5, all these, Agent Bond, James Bond. She's got everybody protecting her. Nobody's going to come near her. Nobody. No, nobody can come near her. Nobody's going to do anything to her unless it's her own family. And I don't think, and I'm being facetious when I say that, I don't think the royal family killed Diana. I don't think they're powerful enough to kill Diana. I think she was killed by the military-industrial complex for her role in ending landmines, because landmines was a big profit-making industry for the military-industrial complex, and they took out Diana because of it. And they could be coming for Prince Harry next, because he's doing the same thing. I'm not saying I disagree. I agree with what she did and what he did. Landmines are evil. They kill a bunch of innocent people. You can't find them. But I'm just saying that's what I think happened. I think that's what happened. But secondly, back then, the media, when they came after Diana, you have to understand that a lot of what Diana went through, and I'm going to sound harsh when I say it, but there were many times when she invited them in. It's true. In fact, when she was in the last few weeks of her death, when she was with what's his name, the Arab guy who owns all the Al Fayed and Dodi and all these people, she actually would show off with the media, take pictures, pose with them, and she would have them sent to a Pakistani doctor to make him jealous because they were having an affair at the time. So, these celebrities, you can't pick and choose when the media comes. They're going to do what they want to do. First of all, I've always said this. It's the pictures, getting a picture done isn't going to bite you. It's not going to eat you. It's not going to. People are going to take pictures of you. That's what's going to happen. That was Diana. Meghan is even more ridiculous because they're reporting things that are fact. They're reporting her treatment of her father. They're reporting the things that she's written to him. They're reporting the fact that she doesn't speak to him. They're reporting the fact that both she and the Duke of Cox are climate hypocrites. They talk about being for the environment and things like that, but then they go flying around on private jets, spewing carbon all over the air, and not doing it just once, but twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and sometimes all in 1 month. Their carbon footprint is bigger than the average person, but they want to take away carbon from third world countries and tell them they have to suffer, but they can fly around all over the place. Sounds sort of like, that's the same with all these climate people. So they're reporting things that are true. Arana Nation is reporting things that are true. So what the Duke of Cox and the Duchess of Thoughts are doing, plain and simple, they're trying to shut down negative press about themselves. That's all they're trying to do. The royal family thought that they'd bring this half white, half brown, whatever she is, into the royal family, and they would just fawn all over her, and it would be this and that and yada and happily ever after, and let's just all bow down and, worship this half black, because she's half black. I mean, first of all, she's half black. She's also half white, and she was raised by her white side. So I think what the Mail is doing is actually a good thing. They're exposing her, and they're telling us, especially black folk, don't celebrate this woman because it looks badly on black folk. Her negative behavior reflects badly on us. The white folk, the white boy, and the white folk, the old, raggedy white folk out there in the hillbilly towns and trailer parks, and all, they're going to see Meghan and they're going to see black folks celebrating her, and they're going to say, well, if black folks celebrate her, that's how all of them niggas are. So the Mail is doing us a favor. And black folk don't need Meghan. We don't need her. What do we need her for? We got plenty of great black people. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, George Washington Carver, Harriet Tubman, Louis Farrakhan. We got all sorts of great black folk. We don't need Meghan. What do we need Meghan for? Meghan is a hindrance on black folk. We got plenty of great black. We don't need Meghan. So the Mail is doing us a great favor. Black folk don't need Meghan. We're great without her. Stop trying to look for people, especially these half people who are also raised by the white side, which makes them mostly white. Stop looking at them for validation. You're already validated in the eyes of God. So I pray for the Daily Mail, and I pray for their success, and I tell them to continue exposing, along with all the other media, Meghan Markle's behavior. This is the